Hello, welcome back to another video about how to build the best Fafnir. So, number 1, look at the pilot skills. Some of the main pilot skills that you want to have on your Fafnir are Roadhog, Armor Expert, Mechanic, and Destroyer. Those are the four main modules that I like, and also the Sviatogor Valor pilot, the current meta pilot of Fafnir. And on the other hand, well, you can also include Foolhardy Quartermaster, which kind of replenishes one of your active modules, which is quite good if you're under heavy firepower. Also the Gunsmith for Skadi, it just gives increased weapon damage, same as Master Gunsmith. So another tip is just to focus first on the outer weapons on your Fafnir, because when you're flying, these two weapons right there are going to be the main weapons that you can reuse. The ones at the top, you don't use much, because it doesn't allow you to do it when you're flying. So just focus on these two weapons first. Another tip of doing the best Fafnir is to look at the modules. So my modules at the moment are Last Stand, Overdrive, and Nuclear Amplifier. If you want to achieve very high damage and be very deadly to the enemy, max out the Nuclear Amplifier. It's a must. It gets you 80% extra damage. If it's a level 1, that means only 40% extra damage, which is not much. So it has to be maxed, which is why I max it first. The Overdrive, it's kind of an option. You can either run Anti-Control, which is quite good for the Fafnir so it doesn't get locked down or EMP'd, but Overdrive just gives an extra 25% damage, which I find quite useful. And also at the Last Stand, this one is a definite. You need a Last Stand, because if you get EMP'd and there's like an Erebus with Prisma, for example, a long way away, your Fafnir is going to go down 1 second, so you need this Last Stand at least. Upgrade to level 3 or above. I'm still in a process of upgrading something else, but I'll do this afterwards. For the final tip, the drones. So this is the drone that I use for my Fafnir. So kind of a weird combination with the two triangular slots, but I use the Paralysis drone, which enables lockdown with a suppressor chip, so I lock down the Fafnir and I suppress it at the same time. I use on repair unit damage, which gives me 35% extra damage. I don't have another one of those legendary chips because I don't have maxed everything, but I use this one instead, which I made, the on damage belt. So basically, every 150,000 damage that you do to the enemy, your robot gains an extra 35% damage. So once you've used your active module and got 35% extra damage, you'll do 150,000 damage quite quickly, so then you'll get this as well. And these can be stacked, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure, but I think they can. Also, the F slot, I don't have another one of those legendary chips, but I do have a purple one. Use the on mild damage absorber. There's a 5-second cooldown, it's pretty good. It definitely helps me with my Fafnir under heavy firepower. I hope you enjoyed these tips of how to build a better Fafnir. So let's get into one gameplay and I'll show you how to run the Fafnir like a pro. We are on Rome map. Let's deploy the Fafnir with the Paralysis drone. So yeah, during a battle, you've got to be careful with the Fafnir. It's not really what you'd call a brawler, but it's very tanky on the ground, but you've still got to be careful. So just be very careful of the enemy. Up like that. Prisma Behemoth. If he had Shield Breaker, I would have gone down real fast. But that's what the Last Stand's there for. So let's go attack this guy over here. It's always best to always stick around the place where you can quickly go behind cover. That way you always have a quick escape. So that guy's gone. Also, try and not get near a shell when its bomb ability is active. But always try to get into a position, any position really, where your Fafnir can get its shield charged up a lot. Like, I went just under that arch, and this shell lit my Fafnir shield up. And now I'm kind of charged, but I've got to be careful because it's a very small space. Fafnir is better played in an open area, not in an enclosed area, because it kind of defeats the purpose of a flying bot when all you're doing is staying in this little area. So, I think I can just hit these guys here. Yep. Get him. I like this spot over here, so I can hide on the edges. I have a pretty wide range of view. I'm gonna try and find my way up. Enemy Fafnir. Great. I mean, yeah, you should land if you've got enough time. But don't land if there's like a Revenant or another tank there, because you won't stand a chance. Like Fenrir, they're unkillable with these things. Alright, game's going well so far. Except I don't know how I'm going to get out of here. Which is why I'm going to land. If you have no other option but to land, you should land. Just to get into a better position. Always keep an eye on the beacon bar, because that's really important. Because if your beacons are low, that you'll have to either destroy your Fafnir or go capture beacons. So it's not really good to be low on beacons. Whoop, there's a Fenrir. I'm just going to start flying. Now Fafnir the sender. Gotta be careful. I'm just going to quickly land here. I've already lost a weapon, which is great. Let's help out over there. I've only got 30 seconds. I'm just going to not fire at him for now. Wait, never mind, he saw me. Come on. Ah, there we go. Oh, yeah. On to the next. Well, that game did not go so well, because my teammates suddenly did not want to capture beacons. But anyway, here's the results of that game. 6.3 million damage, 11 kills, 5 beacons, not that bad. Alright, let's get into the next. But before, I forgot to mention one thing earlier. To build a good Fafnir, of course, you have to level it up. To get a very strong Fafnir, in my opinion, it has to be MK3. Because I played on another person's account once, like on their phone, and their Fafnir was Mark II level, what was it? Mark II level 4. It just did not feel good. It just felt a bit weak. So try and max out Fafnir if you're really wanting to have a Fafnir in your hangar. Alright, with that said, on to the next round. Here we are in the second battle, starting off with Fafnir again. So this map, in my opinion, is one of the best maps of Fafnir. It's always good to have a lot of cover, which this map has. Like here, for example, you can fire here, you can get shot at from here, quickly take down the shell in the process. Thank God that Orochi punches the left. Now we'll just easily take down and take the beacon. I'm just going to land because it's a bit safer. Don't want to be hanging around the air too much. Is that Orochi? And get him? Nope, didn't get him. But we'll get him this time. Got him. Let's give ourselves a shield. And head down to their home beacon. I'm just going to wait to see if everyone will fire at me first, like that. And now everyone's firing at my shield, which is charging up my shield very well. Now I'm going to do tremendous damage, and they can't do anything about it. Look how fast he's going down. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. That's a lot of damage. Let's quickly take down that fat Fenrir. Very, very tanky. Oh, almost a Living Legend. There we go. Let's go help out our home. We've got to keep an eye on the beacon bar. It's very important. See why the suppression chips and the lockdown chips are very important. It makes it very easy for you to win against other robots. Gives you a fairer battle. Just wait for this guy to land. I'm not going to activate my healing yet. Now I am, because my shield is down. Living Legend. We might die here, but I've got to be real careful. Only got... Oh man, this is so close. Okay, this is going well. Living Legend. There we go. Now I die. Alright, I'll be back when this game... Alright, this video in this game has ended. It was a win. So let's go have a look at the stats. First place, 5 million damage, 15 kills, 3 beacons. So yeah, that is how you build the best Fafnir. And that's also how you play the Fafnir well. The Fafnir you have to be very careful about. It's not one of those bots where you can just jump into chaos and survive. That's kind of like a Lich Kill's job, or a Fenrir, or a Revan. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you please subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever. And yeah, thank you. See ya.